Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Steve.
Good morning.
Great to see all your beautiful faces.
Okay, why is this not coming up?
Bill, you still working from home, buddy?
Me? No,
Oh, you're at, yeah, okay.
I'm in my office.
Fair enough.
In about another week, I'll be working from my boat.
I had 2 weeks ago, I collected myself a little bit of the COVID. So I was,
Uh-oh.
I was working from my basement. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I have a cottage outside of Wapaka neighborhood, kind of over on the chain. So I popped over there for a few days, but it's pretty easy to get too comfortable there. And I don't want to, I also don't want to affiliate it with any kind of architecture whatsoever. So I try not to work from there much anyway, because then I'll just start working from there all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot nicer than my basement, though. You know, there's.
Yeah, I'm on a committee with a gentleman that spends most of his year in Florida. And so in the middle of winter, while we're sitting through a snowstorm, he is sitting there next to his pool.
Yeah.
And you know, in a t-shirt. All right, so it's 10:30. Let's get the meeting started. I think we have a quorum. So are we recording?
Yes,
are we ready to start?
Con, you're muted
Okay.
if you're to us.
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right, so call the meeting to order. This is the Green Bay Housing Authority meeting for Thursday, May 19th. We have roll call and we have quorum. So the first item on the agenda, action item, is approval of the agenda for the May 19th, 2022 meeting of the Green Bay Housing Authority. Any additions or modifications to the agenda? Hearing none, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? Otherwise, hearing none, all in favor of the agenda for today's meeting signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. Motion carries. Next item, approval of the minutes from the April 21, 2022 meeting of the Green Bay Housing Authority. Those documents were in your packet. Are there any additions or corrections? All right, hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll approve.
All right, I have a motion by Aaron. Is there a second?
Yeah, heck yeah. I'll two it up.
All right. Currently no COVID hangover there, huh? Jump right into it. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from April 21st, 2022 meeting of the Housing Authority. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item E, public hearing regarding capital funding project for the Green Bay Housing Authority. So
that would be me. This is just a requirement that we have a public hearing for input on the potential capital funds that we get every year. So we just need to see if there's anybody here, ask 3 times, and that's it.
All right, very good. So I will start the public hearing. So the hearing is started here. Is there anyone with any comments from the floor? Second time, is there anyone with any comments or questions regarding the capital funding projects for the Green Bay Housing Authority? Third and final time, is there anyone in the audience with a question regarding the capital funding projects for the Green Bay Housing Authority? Hearing none, is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll motion that.
All right, and is there a second?
I will second that.
All right, we have a second for closing the public hearing. Anything further before we act on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of closing the hearing on the capital funding projects for the Green Bay Housing Authority, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving to regular business. Item number 1, consideration with possible action on passbook savings rate.
That would be me again. This
right.
is an annual requirement that we update this, and as that in the past, I was talking with Ka about this. We think it's been more than 6 years. It has been at 0%. We can be 75 basis points either above or below the Fed rate. And I don't believe it affects many residents. Would it, Jamie? No. But we keep it at 0 because it does create a benefit for those few that it would, that they wouldn't be charged interest on certain savings or checking accounts that could potentially have, or investments that could potentially have interest and be counted as income. So it is a benefit to our residents to keep it at a 0%.
So is that the request to keep it at 0?
Yes.
All right, I will make that motion.
I will
Is there a
second that.
second?
I can second
All right, we
that.
have a motion and a second. Thank you, Aaron. Any further questions? All in favor of keeping the passbook savings rate for the Green Bay Housing Authority at 0, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Moving on to item 2 under regular business, consideration with possible action on approval of GBHA operating budget and budget resolution number 2022-03 for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2022.
All right.
Steph?
Yes. So this is also an annual thing. And with talking with Cheryl, we didn't get this to you well in advance. So if you do not want to approve it at this meeting and have longer to review it, we do understand that. But we did want to get it out to you at this meeting. That way you have that chance to review it and look it over.
We can
Okay.
approve it in June if you would prefer to do that. Otherwise, Steph can go through it and make comments, and you guys can ask any questions. That's up to you.
I thought about that when I saw this, and I thought maybe it would be best to push this to for final approval in our June meeting. That way, maybe Sandy will be here for that meeting, and she usually has comments or questions regarding this as well. So that'll give her an opportunity to participate as well. So I would, unless there's any concerns about that, I would entertain a motion to table this until the June meeting.
I think that's a great idea. I also don't think I'm going to be at the June meeting. If you have quorum risks, I don't want to get in the way of things if we don't have a quorum in June, but I'm likely not going to be in attendance next month.
Okay.
Well, Steve, do you have any questions about the budget that you're looking at? Because this is a year where we need to separate out our scattered sites from Mason Manor now, because
Definitely not at this time, Cheryl, because I've got a little brain and it takes a long time for stuff to unpack. But I don't think so. If something comes up, I'll communicate it to somebody in my.
give us a call.
Right on. Thank you.
All right. So is there, I made the motion to to table this until June. Is there a second?
I will second that.
There's a second by Aaron. So any further discussion on moving this to June? All right, here, otherwise all in favor of moving this to June, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So we will discuss this and approve it in June. Very good. All right, moving on to informational items, GBHA bills.
Those are in your
Stephanie,
packet.
This is your show today, Stephanie.
I know. I feel so honored. There was nothing really new and surprising for this. Are there any questions on any of them?
No.
Okay.
Right. Anybody have any questions for Stephanie on the bills? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to the financial report, item number 2.
So the financial report is in your packet also. A lot like the other reports, it's nothing new and exciting. We are close to the end of our year. So we are wrapping things up. There was also the I cannot find my report. Just an update on the CFP. We are coming to the end of our 2018 grant year. For just a little bit of a recap, CFP is our capital fund program. We get money every year. We have 2 years to designate where it goes to, and then 4 years from the date of the original to spend it. Our 2018 is coming up to the end of our spending period, so we have until the end of this month. And Jamie and her staff have been very diligently trying to use up the last of the money that we have. And I have full faith that they will be able to do that.
And
I love
Jamie,
spending
how are
money
you?
when I'm usually told no. So
Yeah. Very good. Any questions for Stephanie or Jamie on any of this? No? All right. Then we can move on next to the Langen report.
so that is in your packet. The applications were a lot higher than normal. It's because when we closed out our scattered sites from Green Bay Housing Authority, we sent all of them into Langen, so we can get a head start on the landlord reference checks. Because we are combining our waiting list with Brown County Housing Authority. So we just did our due diligence to get all of our applications into Langen so we can start the landlord. So that is why it is significantly higher than previous months.
Okay. Any questions for Jamie? No. All right. Next on the agenda is the director's report. Cheryl.
Yep, I just wanted to give you all an update. We had a meeting, a Teams meeting yesterday with our consultant, Baker Tilly, and our developer, Gorman, to talk about where we are with the RAD project. We found out from HUD that they will allow us to combine our Section 18 and our Mason Manor projects together. It's going to require us to do a few more things, but it'll benefit us in that it will give us more money to put towards the project. We're also working on historical tax credits. We think that application will be in at the end of the month, hopefully in May. So once we can make the determination of if we get the historic tax credits coupled with the 4% WIDA and how that all works with HUD, we will have our numbers, our official numbers that will tell us how much each unit, right? And then it will help us determine whether, I don't want to use the terms Ted used, but whether we're going to have, just our maintenance kind of a project freshen up, or if it'll be a larger, we'll be able to get some of the things we really want to have that might be over the top. Once we get that number, we'll know where our budget lies. So I think that'll be coming in the next month or two. So things are moving along. It's, it's the financing really that's slowing things down and figuring out where the money's coming from, as always. So other than that, things are proceeding on and life is great. In the number 3 city in the United States of America, things are going well.
Oh, that. Yep. That's a big deal. It's exclusively because of the economic development stuff, right, Cheryl?
Housing Authority, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Cheryl, I had already talked for the record here. I saw in the paper about a week or so ago where there was an affordable housing project down at the Shipyard. And I think that's being handled by the RDA, but do we have any involvement in any of that?
We do not.
Okay.
Actually, the WIDA tax credit announcements were made, and there were 2 projects in Green Bay. One was the 1100 block of East Walnut, which was a mixed unit. It was a great project that did not get awarded. I think it lost by 1 point through WIDA. There was another project on Military Avenue that actually Gorman, our developer, is working on. that did receive the tax credit allocation. So at least we've got one project in Green Bay. They'll be
There was
going
that,
some
that
affordable.
Walnut, that East Walnut one, was that the big guy that was gonna, in Associated's parking lot? Or is that my?
No, Walnut was 1100 East Walnut is like Roosevelt and Walnut. It was
Okay.
that had that project. So
I see.
down in the Shipyard Bill, Impact 7 is doing a project, and Merge are the two large developments that are happening down in the Shipyard. So, and neither one of them have approached the Housing Authority for money, because I tell them we don't have any right now. Not ourselves.
Yes, we have enough on our plate.
That's right.
All right. Anything else, Cheryl?
Nope, that's it.
All right, very good. Then I guess we move on to occupancy report. Jamie.
All right, so that is also in your packet. Historically, we've always had 3 to 4 Mason Manor tenants move out a month, and we've had 6 for 2022. So we are still working on our vacancies, as we need 20 to 30 for Gorman in the development. So maybe it's a good thing in hindsight that our financing is taking a little bit of time. But I have faith, usually summer is a big time to move out. So yeah, we're rocking and rolling. We are almost 100% occupied. So.
Okay. All right. Any questions for Jamie on the occupancy report? All right. Hearing none, I guess we are ready for adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn before we move to our next meeting?
I'll make a motion.
All right, so you have a motion, and I will second. Oh, all right. So Aaron gets the second. We have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned from the Green Bay Housing Authority proceedings for May 2022. And we'll give a second here, and then we'll move into the GBHA Properties meeting. All right. So we have roll call. So I will call the meeting of the GBHA Properties 1 Inc. Meeting for May 19, 2022. As I said, we've got roll call carrying over from our previous meeting. First action item is approval of the agenda for the May 19, 2022 meeting of GBHA Properties 1 Incorporated. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Well, let me ask, is there any additions or modifications to that agenda before we seek approval?
Unless I'm looking at the wrong thing, there is no agenda. GBHA Properties 1 Inc. Yeah, is it not in it's not on the civic clerk?
It was not on for mine either.
Huh.
But I got it from Jamie this morning.
I just pulled mine off the civic clerk like 40 seconds ago and printed my agenda.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Oh, no. Okay. So Aaron, up at the top there's a button that says agenda. It's just not in the
yeah, I have the printed off one, so I have it.
Okay.
Thank you though.
Okay.
Yeah, no, sorry. It just wasn't in the item C approval attachments. My bad. Sorry.
And we've had some screw ups with our system through civic clerk. So it's like, good Lord, I just assume it's there. So
yeah, like I said, I just went on mine while we were in the last meeting and pulled it up and printed it. So it's there.
okay.
All right. So does everybody have a copy of the agenda?
I'm reading it. I will make a motion to approve this.
I will second that.
It's beautiful.
All right. We have a motion and a second. And I'm assuming there's no additions or modifications. So all in favor of the agenda for the May 19, 2022 meeting of the GHA Properties 1 Incorporated, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, approval of the minutes of the April 21, 2022 meeting of GBHA Properties, Inc. period. That was in the packet. Any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll approve.
I'll make the second. So we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of that meeting on April 21. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving into regular business. Consideration with possible action on approval of GBHA Properties 1 Incorporated operating budget for fiscal year July 1, 2022. Stephanie.
And now I'm unmuted. Okay. So I'm assuming that you guys are going to want to table this one also. It is going to look strikingly similar to what you've seen in previous years in GBHA, but because GBHA no longer operates the scattered sites, it would come to this body for this approval.
Okay. Yep. I understand. Again, unless there's concern about doing it now, I would follow the same motion we did in the other meeting, and that would be to I'll make a motion to table this until the June meeting, so that we all have a chance to go through this and give Sandy also a chance to participate. And Steve, I'm assuming this same applies for you with this.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely coming to the second one.
Oh yeah, right.
I'll second that motion.
All right, so we have a motion and a second to table the consideration of the operating budget for the fiscal year July 1, 2022 until June of 2022. We have a motion and a second. All in favor of tabling signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. So that will come up in July or in June. I'm sorry.
I missed last month too, which means I'm throwing like every other, shirking my duties here, guys. Sorry about that. April 21st was my 40th birthday. So I'm officially old and not cool. And I took the day with the fam. And I'm sorry.
That's all right. I think that's a legitimate excuse.
It happens.
That's well, yeah, and thank goodness, I guess.
Yeah, right. At least you're around to celebrate it.
Right.
Yeah. All right, moving on to item number 2 under regular business. Consideration with possible action awarding the scattered sites flooring project to Kohler Flooring Incorporated in the amount of $41,930, which with Kohler being the lowest and responsive bidder.
Okay. So I believe the breakdown was in your packet.
Yep.
The property team worked with our purchasing department to go out for bid to do flooring of 2 of our scattered sites that are just in need of some remodel. I don't think their flooring has been updated since like the 90s when we acquired them. We are looking at removing the linoleum in both of the properties and then installing the LVP planking, which we've done in other scattered site properties. This product tends to hold up a lot better. And if there's a piece that's damaged, it's easy to take one piece up and then replace instead of doing all the flooring. We have worked with Kohler before. They currently have the Mesa Manor flooring contract, so they're a really good and easy business to work with. We held a site visit. We had a few vendors show up, and Kohler was the only one that did submit a bid. So we are asking for your approval, if you don't have any questions, to award the one flooring contract for 2 scattered site properties in the amount of $41,930.
Jamie, when would they be able to start if we approve this?
They can order the product today. I will get off the meeting. They will order the product, and they're hoping it is an American built product. So hopefully within a month they can get product in, and then they have us on the calendar.
All right. So that's sitting on a boat somewhere off the coast of Los Angeles.
And if there is any supply and demand, they are able to give us a similar product that would hold up to our standards. If there was a supply and demand issue with this one.
Okay.
This one bidder.
I will make any questions.
We just had the one bidder.
Yep. Only one submitted a bid.
Bugger.
Mm-hmm. We, our purchasing department did specifically reach out or reach out to a bunch of the flooring contractors in our area, and That's all we got.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of how it's been going lately. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty steep for LVT, but I mean,
When we did do the site visit, in one of the properties specifically, we found like 3 or 4 layers of linoleum, and then the base. So this would include any like plywood that we would have to do to even up the flooring. So there is some wonky areas. So I think that definitely affects the price.
Sorry, Jamie, was that wonky?
Like wonky, yep, wonky. We want to make it level.
No, yeah, right on. I see
world.
I see the subfloor stuff in there. Kaler's a reputable firm. And,
yep.
You guys obviously have done some work with them before. All right, I would make a motion to approve this.
I will second that.
All right, so I have a motion and a second. I just wonder if the software that types up our minutes is going to be able to come up with wonky.
No. Bill, try it. Like, and do it with the hips. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
all right. You got to get moving. All right, so you have a motion and a second to approve this flooring contract for the scattered sites to Kaler. Flooring for $41,930. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. It looks like we have no informational items, so we're ready for adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Awesomest board meeting ever. I'd make the motion.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion. Aaron, I'll give you the second. Thank you all for your time today. And so all in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Thank you all.
Thanks, everyone.
Enjoy the
Thank you.
enjoy
Have
the
a good
coming-
day.
enjoy the coming
Aaron.
spring weather.
Oh, yeah.